Hi everyone, welcome back. Those that are new, welcome. Thank you for all your likes, shares and subscribes. I love you all. There has been a very mixed up case going around at the moment about Rudy Farias, who went missing 8 years ago and has turned up in front of a church and a few allegations are going around on what's happened. Now, some are saying that his mother has actually kept him locked up, feeding him drugs. They changed their names, and it's very bizarre. So what I'd just like to do is do an energy reading and see what comes out here. So I'm first going to concentrate on Rudy's energies and what his truth is, how he's seen it the past 8 years. Give me clear messages on Rudy's truth, please, and how he sees things and what's happened the past 8 years. Let's get straight into it. What are Rudy's energies, please? We have the Two of Cups, the Four of Wands in reverse, oh, the cards are very jumpy. We have the Two of Swords in reverse, the Five of Pentacles in reverse, what are Rudy's energies on, how did he see it, what's happened? The King of Pentacles. Oh, sorry, the Knight of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords. 3 more cards, please, Spirit. We have the Page of Cups, the Five of Cups. 1 more, please. And the Page of Swords. Okay, so we have the Two of Cups. There seems to be a connection to a home here. He didn't seem to want to be there. There was a lot of confusion in his mind. He was feeling left out in the cold. There's ill health here. Hard times, rejection. He needed to be cautious for people to find out the truth in regards to something that was fishy that was going on. There was a lot of regret here, but more information is required about the situation before the full truth comes out. Something had been avoided. So I will be clarifying here with the beautiful beast and dive into what the cards are trying to say. Could you give me more on the Two of Cups? Why is this Two of Cups, please, Spirit, in Rudy's energies and what his truth is? Give me more on the Two of Cups. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Now that's about trust. Trusting the connection he was in. Give me more on this connection, please, Spirit. More on the connection. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. So there was some sort of authority over him in this connection with somebody that he trusted. And the Temperance. A blending of energies. A balance. A combination. Somebody he felt that he needed and trusted. Could we have more on the Four of Wands, please, Spirit, in reverse? We have the Five of Swords and the Four of Swords. There was abuse going on at the home. And there was some quiet preparation here. Abuse, putting to rest. At the home. So he was told to keep things quiet, whatever was going on here. And there was something shifty going on. But there was definitely abuse, mental abuse, a mental force. An open dishonor. Could I have more on the Two of Swords in reverse, please? Now, this is like a blocked emotion. Avoidance. Blocking something in your head to survive. We have the Five of Wands, which is conflict, more abuse, being poked at, being told that they're not good enough. More information is required about some sort of abuse that he has received. He wasn't able to love himself, and he was in an unhappy family here, an unhappy family environment with abuse. He was told to keep quiet, avoid. Now, to me, this seems like the mother he was living with, who he trusted. She had a lot of authority over him. He did have health problems. As we have here, the Temperance and the Five of Pentacles underneath, which is also ill health. There was health problems that hadn't been dealt with. He was being abused at home and told to stay quiet about it, or threatened to stay quiet about it. So he avoided the conflict to talk about what was going on in the household, the abuse. Unhappy family life. He was avoiding doing anything about it. He was scared. This woman seemed to have a lot of mental force over him. Give me more on the Five of Pentacles, please, Spirit. We have the Seven of Pentacles, assessing the situation, the King of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. You need to assess how he was going to relinquish his power in this situation. His mother was a bitch. The Queen of Swords, she's a bitch. And he really was trying to work out how to stand up to her. But he was in ill health. He needed treatment. but he wasn't getting treatment. So he seemed to be living in a very unhappy environment for the past 8 years. With, yes, abuse in their home. And an open dishonour. He knew she was doing something wrong, but he was told to keep quiet about it. Give me more on the Knight of Pentacles, please. We have the Ten of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. Now, the Ten of Swords talks about an ending. And the Knight of Pentacles, he is slow. He's a snail. So it took a lot of time for him to work out how to have the strength to stand up to her, to his mother, to end this situation. A long time. Slow. Is he slow? I'm not sure. There seems to be ill health here next to the slow knight. Did he have intellectual problems at all? For some reason, it did take him a long time to know how to end this cycle. He was very reliant on her. The Ten of Swords also depicts imprisonment. So I believe that it took him so long to be able to stand up to her because he also, I think she made him believe that he would go to jail or she would go to jail. One of them would go to jail if he was ever to speak out. And he believed her. He believed, oh, for some reason I'm getting, has anybody ever seen that movie, Bad Boy Bubby? It's an Australian movie and it's very disturbing. About a mother that, yeah, keeps her son locked away and, yeah, for some reason, I'm getting that movie in my mind. I do hope to God that she never went that far with him. But it seems to be that sort of scenario where he was too scared to speak the truth because he would be locked up or she would be locked up. And he was reliant on her because he may have had or may have intellectual, he might be intellectually slow. Now, don't hold me to that, but it seemed like she's taken advantage of this situation because she wanted a companion. And the Knight of Swords in reverse, see? Slow movement. A blending of energies. But the energies don't quite blend. Look at that. It's like oil and water. How the oil sits on the top of water, but it won't actually blend together. It's also about timing. So for some reason, something happened. She may have lost a partner. But for some reason, he was the last one left in the home, and she wanted a companion. So she didn't want him to leave the home. She wanted him to stay there and threatened him with jail. Whether it be her or him, threatened. He needed to stay quiet about a situation. Apparently he come back 2 days later. There's something about some abuse with sleeping too. Now, 4 of Swords is resting at the home. This also may have something to do with money here. A new cash cow. Somehow she was starting to earn money from his disappearance. So she's basically, I think she has said to him, in time, when things die down, slow down, we'll tell them that you're back. But she's also taken the money that's come along with it. But continued an action of earning money. And that's abuse at the home. Told to keep quiet about it, unhappy families. Him not being able to stand up to her. She had it over him. So it had to do with money as a secondary. But the first reason was because she didn't want him to leave home. I think he was actually becoming of age where he was just about to leave home and she was worried about being alone. So she used this to her full advantage. Let the money come in. Keep him quiet. Give me more on the Ace of Swords. Why is the Ace of Swords here, please, Spirit? Oh, too many. We have the Knight of Cups and the Eight of Swords. He was stuck. He felt bound and gagged. The Knight of Cups, an emotional offer. He seemed to be a very sensitive person. Very temperamental and introverted. But he was definitely feeling stuck here, stuck at home. Like in a mental prison, the Eight of Swords. I do believe he may have had some mental health issues. And he was emotionally reliant on his mother. Emotionally and mentally reliant on his mother. And he was feeling stuck. Give me more on the Page of Cups, please, Spirit. We have the Magician, the Master Manipulator. He was being manipulated from a child. Like since he was a child, from his mother, under the Queen of Swords. This had been going on for a long time in his childhood. She'd always manipulate him. She always had power over him. He was a very loving child, but very emotional and emotionally dependent. And he just wanted to be loved. But she would just manipulate his emotions and his mental state. She was definitely conscious. She had a conscious awareness of taking him for granted and manipulating him as a child. Went on for a very long time. Give me more on the Five of Cups, please, Spirit. Ah, okay. Yeah, there was a turn of events in his mother's life. Five of Cups. She was grieving. Grieving for the Knight of Wands. This was a turn of events that happened. Oh, she was grieving for his brother, the Knight, that died in a motorbike accident. Look, there's the wheel, a turn of events. And she didn't want to be on her own. The Nine of Pentacles. So she's kept him stuck, imprisoned, kept him exactly where she wanted him to stay. She didn't want to be on her own. This is why it's happened. The master manipulator did not want to be on her own. She was grieving over her son's motorbike accident. And when this turn of events happened, this is when she's turned to him and knew that he was the only one left for her. So she would manipulate him in a way where he was imprisoned mentally and physically, where he could stay quiet about things, about the abuse that was going on, because she wanted a companion. And also took whatever money that she could get out of it as well. But thought that this was a way of being able to keep him at home forever. Give me more on the Page of Swords, please, Spirit. Why is this Page of Swords here? Okay, we have the Six of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. We have a few here. We've got a whole story. We have the Three of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Hangman, and the Emperor. So this is more information that's required. Oh, could this be the Mr. X? Is it Mr. X? Getting more information from Rudy about the whole situation. Yep, knowledge is power. This Mr. X has some knowledge here that he's not sharing. He's not sharing everything. But they had a back and forth conversation where Rudy has described the betrayal and the loneliness and heartbreak and everything else that he's gone through over these 8 years. With his burdens and his struggles, he's really opened up to this man. And we have the Emperor here. Now, that could also show the police. A father figure or the police. Authority figure. Hangman, needing to see a new perspective on things. The police need to see a different perspective. Haven't they let him go on home or something with her? That's just atrocious. If he was really claiming what has happened here, there's definitely abuse going on at the home, the unhappy family, imprisonment. He was, stuck mentally, emotionally, because she doesn't want to be on her own and collecting all this money. So he's described all these struggles to this Mr. X. But for some reason, the police need more information to be able to do anything about it. They really do need to see a different perspective on what they're thinking now. And I don't know why they haven't taken this Mr. X. I don't know. Apparently the police were there too. Or there was a police officer there when he was getting interviewed and apparently heard the things he said to this Mr. X. But they must need more information about it. They must need to do a bit of investigating before they can get the true perspective on what's really happened here as a whole. There was a reversal here. It's like the boy's taken back everything that he said and gone back home with her. He's scared. He's been manipulated. The police need to get the evidence that they need to do something about it. Could you give me more, please, Spirit? We have justice, but it's in the reverse. Now, this could mean revenge. I really hope she's not going to hurt him. I've got this bad feeling. I don't believe this boy could be safe. Justice on top of the hangman. Surely she wouldn't fake his suicide. Is Rudy safe, please, Spirit? Is Rudy safe now? Is Rudy safe now? His mother gave him a grinding. He's being very cautious at the moment. I don't think he feels safe. Give me more. Is Rudy safe, please, Spirit? What else do we need to know? Two of Pentacles and the Hermit. Two of Pentacles juggling the Hermit at the home. He may be staying somewhere else at this time, do you think? Seems to be juggling. Maybe he's been able to stay with another family member or a friend or something. Yeah, it looks like he might be juggling where he's staying at the moment. So he may not even be at home with his mum anymore. Maybe she's let him go stay somewhere, or maybe he's... Yeah, there seems to be flexibility on the home front. Maybe he's said, I won't say anything if you let me go stay somewhere else. Oh, I do hope so. Is there anything else we should know, Spirit? We have the Ten of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, and the Six of Swords in reverse. So yes, I do believe he might be staying with another family member here from the past, from his childhood. And breaking free. But it's going to take him a long time to recover. He's not going to recover overnight. But it looks like he may be breaking free and going and staying with family members he spent a lot of his childhood with, or a friend, a childhood friend, childhood family. But he's breaking free. But because it's in reverse, he's not in recovery at the moment. He needs to heal. He needs time to heal and time to recover. Was there also drugs involved here? Something slow. A slow drug, like a downer, something that's going to make him slow down, make him docile. so that she's able to keep control of him. I don't believe she was poisoning him. Oh, I believe she might have started his addiction so that he was addicted to what she was giving him. It was growing. His addiction was growing. So he was even more dependent on her. Yeah, because he was growing up, getting older. So she thought by keeping him docile, she'd always have control. He wouldn't be able to overpower her at all. So yes, I would say there is abuse. I can't see any sexual abuse here at all. I know that that's what was said, but there was definitely mental abuse, emotional abuse, manipulation. Getting him addicted so that he was more dependent on her, imprisoning him. Because she wanted to have a companion. But this justice in reverse is a bit concerning for me. There may not be any justice for him. Or she's out for revenge. I really hope that he's not in any danger here. I hope that he has broken free from her and he's staying with another family member that he spent his childhood with. But it's very sad, you can see. You can see the abuse in the home, unhappy families, feeling stuck, being reliant on her because of his ill health, and addictions. Being codependent on her as well. Could I have more on the Four of Swords and the Five of Swords, please? See, this was an abuse that escalated. It got worse. So, give me more on this abuse, please. Spirit, give me more on the abuse. More on the abuse, please, Spirit, between Rudy and his mother. We have the Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. The Page of Pentacles. having an effect. The abuse has definitely had an effect on him. See, but the Queen of Cups shows a loving, tender-hearted, intuitive, spiritual, somebody that just knows, and somebody, but they're tender-hearted and loving. So in some way, he's believed that she was doing everything from the heart. And this is also where the manipulation comes into. It's all for your own good, I'm hearing. It's all for your own good. And he really trusted her. And it really did have to do with money as well. We'll be able to have a better life, I hear. It's all for your own good. Keep quiet. See, so she's really the Queen of Swords. She's the bitch, right? And the master manipulator. But this abuse has made him believe that she's loving and tender-hearted, or that's the way she makes out to him when she's manipulating him and abusing him. And because he trusted and relied on her so much, he just went with it for so long. And on top of this, I don't want you to get locked up, or I don't want to be locked up away from you. I don't want, they're going to lock you away, go to jail because of what you've done. She's manipulated his intellectual disability somehow. I will leave the reading there, but here, in this reading, no sexual abuse come up. There may have been some inappropriate behaviour, certainly, but I don't see any actual sexual abuse here that's gone on. It's more of a manipulation to keep him at home, to lock him away. Because she wanted a companion. She didn't want to be on her own. She was grieving for the brother. And he's all she had left. And it was her way of keeping him with her, pretty much. It started out as not wanting to give back whatever money that she'd received, or knowing that she could have a cash cow out of it. But over time, it became more about her wanting to keep that connection over him, wanting to keep the connection, needing his companionship. knowing that he was old enough to leave home. So yeah, decided to get him addicted. I don't believe that she was poisoning him in any way. I believe he was all for it. He took it. He took the drugs. He knew what he was taking. But he wanted them. And as his addiction grew and grew and grew, he became more dependent on her in another way. And it's all to do with her not wanting to be on her own. Very sad. And I do hope that I pray for Rudy's safety. I pray for him to be able to break away from the hold she has on him. I pray that he is staying with another family member or a childhood friend. I do pray for justice, but at the moment it's in reverse until the police start to see a new perspective on things. I'm hoping that that's not revenge. And I wish him all the luck in the world, I really do. Love and light.